Good morning and welcome to a Tuesday. It is January 9th of 2024 with the ever-capable producing of one Aaron Glandon. I'm Dan Ramey, and we do not have Mike Smith with us today.
He's on assignment.
He is literally on his back in assignment and in recovery. As he mentioned to you yesterday, he was going through some dental surgery today, an extraction for a wisdom tooth. So from this moment on, he'll be lacking wisdom.
Right.
Or at least a certain level of wisdom, I think.
Have you had yours out?
No. I still have my wisdom teeth.
All of them?
All of them, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
All mine are gone.
This would have been 7th grade, so would have been the fall of 1974, I believe. I had... How many did they take out? 13 teeth. I had a bunch of teeth growing in. And so they surgically removed a bunch of those teeth to allow the rest of the teeth that I needed to grow in and in place. But part of that was leaving my wisdom teeth intact. Yeah. I'm full of wisdom, apparently.
And I'm not.
At least from the tooth perspective, I guess. All right, so well wishes for Mike, who should be in recovery by now, I would think. So he may be watching this later today. So just to let him know that we're thinking of you, Mike. Enjoy drinking through a straw. All right, coming up in a moment, we'll get you caught up to date with what's happening with news. Also, a look at sports. There was a national championship game last night, and there is a winner. There's a number of happy people today and other people that are still pointing fingers. We'll see how this all shakes out. We'll explain why coming up in a matter of moments. But first, let's take a look at our weather, see how this is shaping up for us. You can see the wind is starting to pick up. It is starting to move in that northwesterly direction. This is that time of the year where you start to get the more descriptive words like blustery, frigid, harsh.
I don't know if I've ever said the word blustery in my life.
You may say it either today or tomorrow. The winds are going to really kick up. In fact, gusts of 40 miles per hour throughout the day tomorrow, from what I understand. And this weekend, we're expecting to see temperatures dip down into the single digits again, and highs probably in the teens for the weekend. But for now, rain, warmer, temperatures today to reach near 50, and that'll drop back to around 38 for a high tomorrow. But keep in mind, when you got 40-mile-an-hour winds and it's 38 outside, it actually feels closer to the teens.
Yeah.
So
wind is the killer.
Chip Arledge used to call that the wimp chill factor because there is a wind chill, but if you're a real man, you're out there no matter what. If you're a wimp, then you're following the chill factor. Well, depends on how much hair you have in your chest, I guess, in that respect.
Oh, yeah.
All right, coming up in a moment to get you caught up to date on what's happening with news next. But first, I want to tell you about our friends at Scioto Valley Dumpsters. Give them a call at 740-253-8389. If you've got some cleanup jobs that need to be done, you are certainly in need of a dumpster. In fact, in some instances, they will do the work for you. You'll see the highlight there, the counties around Ross that they all service. So if you want to find out more, reach out to 740-253-8389 and tell them that Dan and Mike sent you. Carl's guy running the show there at Scioto Valley Dumpsters. Coming up, news next.
Big yards, small yards, hilly yards, silly yards. Every yard is unique, and every yard, no matter how much you love it, can be uniquely frustrating to mow. That's why Country Clipper is designed to tackle any obstacle imaginable. It's the perfect mower for even the most imperfect yard. Country Clipper, engineered for easy.
Whenever I first applied for the Archways opportunity, do I have to pay this back? Do I have to do that? Like, is it a loan? And it's not. It's a scholarship. A goal of mine is to graduate college debt-free. If you're a crew member, you get $2,500 a year, and if you're a manager, you get $3,000. And especially if you're going locally to college, like to the branch or something like that, it's really helpful.
It's only worth worth it if you enjoy it. Michelob Ultra.
As we tell you all the time, there are places where you can find our information. That includes, if you want to start with littermedia.com, go there. You'll find all the stories that we have prepared for you, but we also have here on our Facebook page and our news feed, as well as Litter X, formerly known as Twitter, and we'll get you caught up to date with YouTube as well. Jump in, take a look, see what you might have missed, and what's ahead for the future as well. Let's start with a look at news for you today, and we start off with the Ross County Community Action today, reminding senior citizens of their Home Energy Assistance Program this winter and spring. Now, applications can be filed through May 31st of this year, but you'll see on there are some guidelines, and this is available for you to look at again here on our Facebook news feed. This is for those age 60 and over, which it dawned on me that includes me today. So, however, I'm not in Ross County, but I'm sure the Pike County Community Action. So check with your local community actions if you have assistance need, or if you want to help get information for someone that might need assistance. You'll need to provide your most recent energy bills, a list of household members, including their birth dates and social security numbers, U.S. citizenship, residency for the household members, proof of disability if applicable, and proof of income for the last 30 days for all of those household members. So the reason you have to have all that information is just to keep from people pulling fraud and all that kind of stuff. So you'll find, again, all this information here on our news feed on Facebook. You can give them a call at 740-702-7222, option 1, to find out more details as well. Kingston National Bank has opened an account for donations to assist the Karst family, whose home was destroyed by fire over the weekend. If you'd like to help make a donation, you can stop at any one of the KMB branch locations here in Ross County, up in Pickaway County, and Fairfield County as well. The rest area is located on US 23 in Pickaway and Marion counties and US 33 in Union County. I'm going to throw that in there too. They are closing this Thursday so that the buildings can be demolished and replaced with new facilities. Of course, the Pickaway County rest area is located just north of South Bloomfield. The Fayette County rest area, located on I-71 in both directions, closed back in November for reconstruction. I've not been through that way, so I don't know if it is open yet. I would be surprised if they have it done by now.
You wouldn't think so.
Have you made trips on 71 that you could tell?
See, I don't really know the numbers like that. I just look at my GPS and I go where the line is.
Well, it's in Fayette County. We know that much. So if you've hopped on 71 and driven south on 71, I think it's south of Washington Courthouse.
Okay, I haven't been south in a while.
Okay, nor have I. So it's been a while. All right, Pickaway County Public Health is reminding motorists how to ready their vehicles for winter weather driving. Let's go through our checklist for what you have in your car, Aaron, and what I have. Things to place in your vehicle include a shovel. I don't have that.
I don't have that either.
Windshield scraper.
I have that. You skipped one.
I've got a couple of those.
Tire chains.
Tire chains. I used to have tire chains, but I don't.
I don't have those either.
Don't use those anymore. Water and snacks.
I think I have a water bottle in my car.
Mm-hmm. But if you're stranded for 7 hours, is that one water bottle going to do you any good?
Probably not. I have no snacks
maybe
either.
damn more. You better get you some snacks. First aid kit.
No.
I'm out there too. Portable chargers and batteries.
No.
I have carried that with me.
I'm not doing too good.
Extra hat and coats.
No.
I've got that. And flashlight.
I have a flashlight.
You got a flashlight in yours? I carry one in my coat pocket. And I'm not talking about the smartphone. I've got a smaller flashlight that it's come in handy quite a few times.
Yeah.
And I don't know if everyone has the same situation. Sometimes I try and bring up the flashlight on my smartphone, and it takes forever to slide that up to make it open. And
I've never had that problem.
So I don't know if it's the OtterBox I have on my phone that's covering it up that's preventing me from easily sliding it up in there. But
people my age would call that a skill issue.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. For me, it just ain't working. So that's why I carry the extra, and bam, it's right there.
That's the new way to say user error.
Gotcha.
It's a skill issue.
Yes. I caught on. 4-Hers, if you're over 17, what am I saying? If you're over 14, you should consider applying for the Ross County Awards trip being completed by the Ohio Achievement Form. The form can be found at the Ross County 4-H Extension and are due by January 15th. So you've got a little over a week now. No, less than a week to get that done. If you have questions, call the office at 740-702-3200. There are thousands, I think, of kids in 4-H, and they certainly will be able to qualify for this. So we want you to be a part of it. Please do so. Chillicothe Transit System will have a new routing software beginning January 16th. This new partnership will improve operations and efficiency to better serve your passengers. Stay tuned, they say, because coming up this Friday, they'll have more details about this new routing software. So I'm interested in seeing what this is going to be like. More details again coming up on Friday the 12th. Art Walk artist applications are live. You can visit the Lancaster Festival website for the application, or if you'd like to request a paper application, I believe we've got this on our Facebook news feed, and that address is in there. It's K Henwood, that is the letter K, HENWOOD, at lancasterfestival.org. And today is also National Law Enforcement Appreciation Day. We cannot say thank you enough for the protecting and serving that our men and women in blue do for us. So thank you. Our tip of the cap to you. And we'll do our best to not stretch the traffic laws and that sort of thing to put more stress on you. You've got enough on your plate.
Yeah.
All right, coming up in a moment, we'll take a look at sports for you. Blue is involved in there, too. We'll share details coming up. But first, Accurate Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. If you've got an issue with any of these conditions in your home, they can take care of that for you. Accurate is your trusted comfort advisor. You want to find out how they can help? Just click on this ad anywhere you see it at littermedia.com. For our radio listeners, this takes you to AccurateHVAC.com to find out more about the services of Accurate Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. I was in Grove City yesterday, and as I was turning off of 104 onto 665 to take Missy to her doctor's appointment, who did I meet? A truck from Accurate Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
There you go. They're all over the place.
They are everywhere. So learn more by clicking on this ad anywhere you see it at littermedia.com.
This is Andy Tomlinson. When ensuring what's important to you, our agents are there when you need us the most. Tomlinson Insurance, for the best coverage at the best cost. Visit us online at tomlinsonins.com to learn more.
At Rathkamp Financial, we believe in building client relationships for the long term, guiding you through the stages of wealth with a plan and bringing you closer to reaching your financial dreams. We believe in long-term relationships and working to earn your continued trust with our customized investment solutions.
For transportation options in Ross County, call Ross County Health District's Mobility Management Team, 740-779-9652. Well, today is the day we say hail to the victors, and we can say that today because they are the victors. We're talking about Michigan winning the national championship 34-13 over the Washington Huskies. Now, as I mentioned in the start to our program earlier today, there are some who are saying this is a tainted championship because of being under investigation and everything for cheating and so on and so forth. Whatever all that has to do, I'll let somebody else square that out, but we have to recognize that Michigan is the recognized champion today of college football. So congratulations to that team up north. And for the Washington Huskies, you look at this. This is 2 Big Ten teams now because Washington's going to be in the Big Ten.
Oh, yeah.
After this year.
How many teams are in the Big Ten?
Too many.
More than 10.
Yes. That's why I say there's too many.
Yeah.
The Pac-12 disbanded. I think this is the last year for it. And so here we find Washington, UCLA, USC, and is it Oregon? The other one coming in?
I think so.
Washington is.
That sounds right.
All this change has been crazy, and that was before they let the kids start going nuts, with the transfer portal and everything too. So congratulations to Michigan. They have won more games than any other college football program, and this is their first championship since 97. So it's been a wait. Were you alive in 97?
No, I wasn't.
Okay, so you don't know.
I was -3 years old.
-3, okay, so you have no idea what that's like. And I think, was it 1938?
I definitely wasn't alive in 1938.
I think in 38 was the last time they were an outright champion. So it's even more years. They had to share it with everybody else, it seems. But now that we've got the playoffs and take you right down to the final wire, they are the champion. So congratulations. I have one family member that's happy. The rest of my family, I don't think, cares. And so that would be Dan Jr. And the only reason I can figure that he is a Michigan fan is the fact that my father-in-law, this is back during the John Cooper era at Ohio State, where Ohio State had difficulty beating the team up north in the John Cooper era. And I think my father-in-law made a few comments that were impressionate of my son, plus one of his friends like Michigan.
Okay.
And
that'll do it.
Kids do what they want to do. He has suffered through 20-plus years of the deal with Ohio State. So I'm going to allow him to revel over the next few months, but then it all starts over again.
Yeah, it does.
All right. Until this time next year, I guess they'll be saying, hey, we are the champions. All right, 2-time All-American offensive tackle Chris Ward will be inducted into the College Football Hall of Fame this year as part of the 2024 class. Also among the players are Tim Couch, Warwick Dunn, Randy Moss, Julius Peppers, Alex Smith, and Larry Fitzgerald, each one of those with successful NFL careers. And I say that even in the case of Tim Couch, because he was the first overall pick of the Cleveland Browns when they returned back in 1999. Among the coaches, Ohio football coach Frank Solich, who spent many years leading the Nebraska Cornhuskers. He, of course, is head coach of the Ohio Bobcats from 2005 to 2020, thereabouts. So once again, congratulations to Frank Solich. Also, Mark D'Antonio, who was an assistant at Ohio State, as well as head coach at UC and Michigan State. And the induction won't take place until December 10th of 2024.
So almost a year away.
Yeah, so they're getting their kudos now. I think they will have them on display in Atlanta at the College Football Hall of Fame in August. They'll each be recognized by their college programs during the football season this coming fall, and then the actual induction ceremony will take place in December. So it gives you plenty of time to make travel plans, I guess, if you're part of the family and friends. All right, Monday's high school scores for you. We take a look at the scoreboard, which is available for your perusal on our website, littermedia.com. OVC girls basketball, the battle of the top 10 ranked teams. Portsmouth hands Fairland its first conference loss. This is the first conference loss in 4 years.
Oh, my.
Yeah, 55-51 the final there. Lady Trojans are now 7-0. Congratulations to the gals down along the river. Adina was also a come-from-behind winner over Jackson, 59-57 in that SVC-FAC battle. You can see the entire Litter Media scoreboard on our website. You can find that now. You can see it right here. See that we have some missing games from yesterday, so if you happen to know the scores of those, feel free to share those with us as well. AP Top 10 high school basketball polls show some local teams in girls D2. That includes number 3 Fairland, number 4 Sheridan, Circleville is number 5, Marietta is 8th, Uniota Sherman's at number 9. Division 3 girls includes Portsmouth at number 5, and D4 has Waterford at number 8. Boys' top 10 teams include Memphis at number 11 and D3. They've got a big game with South Webster tonight. South Webster is number 6, and Leesburg Fairfield is number 8. And as we mentioned, we'll come back to South Webster in just a moment. They are key to our coverage this weekend. Details are just ahead. Opponents have been determined for the 2024 NFL season. I know we're in the playoffs this weekend.
Yep.
But we've already got to look ahead. So you Browns fans, here's what the Browns posted yesterday. Home games, of course, you've got the Ravens, Bengals, and Steelers. That's going to be the same for all of the AFC North teams. But the outside division games, home will be Kansas City, the LA Chargers, the Dallas Cowboys, so you Cowboy fans can travel. The Giants are coming to Cleveland, and Miami is coming to Cleveland. I hope it's a December game for Miami. They need to come to these cold climates, you know?
Yeah.
I remember back watching my first Miami cold climate game was a Green Bay Packer game, I think during the Dan Marino era, and it was snowing. Yeah. It was nice. And I think they won. That's the crazy thing.
Have they ever been in to Buffalo when it's, you know, those games in Buffalo get
the lake effect
real,
snows, yeah. Washington, Denver, Las Vegas, Philly, Jacksonville, and New Orleans are your road games. So the Bengals, I took a look at this information, so you can share this now. Home games include the Broncos, the Raiders, the Eagles, the Commanders. So you've got a reason to go to Cincinnati, and see if that roadside.
I don't know if the Litter Media audience knows that I'm a Commanders fan. We've kind of hinted at it before.
Yeah, we have, and Philadelphia and England, New England, I should say.
England,
yeah,
they're getting a team.
England is joining the National Football,
the IFL,
the New England Patriots, with or without Bill Belichick. And we understand that your team lost their head coach yesterday.
I wouldn't mind having Bill Belichick though.
So.
If we could snag him.
I have heard his name being mentioned as a potential candidate for Washington, but that may be a rebuilding thing, and he may not want to rebuild.
That's true.
He may want to be able to go in and win someplace immediately. And there's been discussion that Bill may also be traded to a team.
Yeah.
I don't see that happening.
No.
And I can't remember the last time I've ever seen or heard of a coach being traded like that.
Not every coach is Bill Belichick.
Ain't that the truth? Yes. 6 Super Bowls, how many championships that he's had, divisional, and it all kind of started in Cleveland, his first head coaching job in Cleveland, back before you were born.
Too bad he couldn't win them a Super Bowl.
It is too bad. He did get him to the playoffs, though. Did do that. Your road games for Bengals fans, you get a trip to Dallas, and you never know, that could be on Thanksgiving Day, which they always host a game on Thanksgiving Day.
That's true.
They'll also go back to Kansas City. They'll go to Los Angeles to take on the Chargers. They'll go to New York to face the Giants. They've got Carolina is a road game, and Tennessee, a road game for the Bengals fans. So we thought we'd throw that out there too. And our Litter Media game of the week will have the South Webster Jeeps coming to Waverly's Haw-Hee Gymnasium to take a look at this for you. I know it's the court is named Haw-Hee, but it's basically the building that Coach Haw-Hee built, the downtown gym. Waverly and South Webster. That is our game of the week this coming Friday night. We're not sure if Mike will be with us for that, though. That's up in the air with his recovery from his oral surgery today.
He'll be all right by then.
He may be back tomorrow, for all I know, but he may not be back until next week. Depends on how he reacts to recovery.
I think I went to school the day after I got all 4 of mine out.
Yeah, but see, you were a dedicated student.
Yeah.
And you also weren't 63 years old.
And semi-retired.
Yes. that makes a difference there in a big way. All right, coming up in a moment, Tuesday is our revolutionary moment. So we'll take a look back at the American Revolution thanks to the Nathaniel Massey chapter of the Daughters of the American Revolution. That is coming up next after these words on Litter Media Live.
You haven't had vodka soda like this. No one has. Made with the world's smoothest vodka plus real juice. New White Claw Vodka Soda.
Find a career you love with Pickaway Ross Adult Education. Skilled trades careers are in high demand with no signs of slowing down. Pickaway Ross offers career training programs with expert instructors and hands-on learning tactics to create a variety of opportunities. Visit our website for more information.
Each week, Litter Media presents the Neil Coleman Insurance Wyandotte Mutual Player of the Week. If you have an athlete to nominate, any amateur athlete is eligible. Simply visit littermedia.com and click on Player of the Week. At the end of the year, we'll announce the Player of the Year. Make your nominations now at littermedia.com. Click on Player of the Week.
Wherever you are, you're there for a reason. You shouldn't have to make a trip to the branch just to deposit a check. Skip the trip and use our mobile app to easily and securely deposit checks from your phone. Day or night, wherever you are, or whatever you're doing, download the Kingston National Bank Mobility app today.
Time to go back to the Revolutionary War and see what the Brits and Americans did on this date, at least January 9th, so it is this date, in 1779. Major Joseph Lane surrenders Fort Morris to this guy, General Augustin Prevost.
And he looks real smug about it.
He does, doesn't he? Almost kind of looks like one of those reenactors of George Washington.
Yeah.
Only he just doesn't have the profile there.
Right.
He has the Washington look to him in that respect.
He's probably not like 6'2" like Washington was.
Probably not. So what happened here is they bring up artillery to bombard the position. Losses are 4 Americans killed, 7 wounded, to 1 Briton dead, and 3 injured. Eastern Georgia at the time completely became under British control. But who wins the war?
We do.
We do. So we'll throw that out there too. So thank you again to the Nathaniel Massey chapter of the Daughters of the American Revolution for sharing that information with us to be used here on our Revolutionary War history moment. All right, coming up tomorrow, we have a special edition. We'll be visiting with representatives from Logan Elm Schools on our Pickaway County Special Edition. So we'll get an update on the new buildings they have there, which opened up for this school year, but also to see how things have changed for the teachers and for the students. Because if you've ever been in that transition period, it's a big difference for you. Might change your learning environment a lot. Did you ever go through any change with school buildings when you were in?
No, I went to Adena through kindergarten through senior year of high school, same building.
And no. Now, I remember the old school, so you were still part of the new building that they have now. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I can't imagine what it's like as a student, because my elementary was Scioto Elementary, which that building was demolished and they built a new school. Taze Valley I went from Scioto Township to Taze Valley Middle School, but we used the high school building as our middle school. We went on a split session. So the high school went from 7 to 1 every day, and the middle school went from noon until 6 every day. So we shared the building for 1 hour, and the transition from my 8th grade year to my freshman year, my sleeping time really changed.
Right.
Because I would stay up and I'd watch late night TV because I didn't have to get on the bus until about 11:30 the next morning. And so
you're waking up at 11.
Yeah. And Wheel of Fortune was a new show back then. And it was on during the daytime, not at primetime TV, not at 7 o'clock. So you get to watch them play that, and The Price is Right. That was all taking place as a game show before you got on the bus. And then here comes the freshman year, and the first bell is at 7 o'clock. Yikes. Yeah, that was tough. Really was.
It's weird, the difference between, like, I had no problem getting up and going to school at 8 o'clock in high school. But when I had an 8:55 class in college, I did not want to go to that. It was a struggle.
Because things changed. You didn't have mom and dad saying, get your butt out of bed, let's go.
Right, I had to get myself out of bed.
It makes a difference, doesn't it?
There was one semester where I missed my 8:55 class a couple times.
Uh-huh. Does mom and dad know that?
Yeah.
Okay. Mom and dad, he still shows up here every day. So that's good. We're happy to get that.
Sometimes even before you.
So that has happened often. And usually that's because I haven't had to take my granddaughter to school.
Usually you come in with breakfast in your hand.
Yes, because Paradise, by the way, has a car. She had her final driving session last night, so now it's time for her to take her driving exam. And once that happens, my mornings will shift with its obligations. Mm-hmm. And she'll be able to drive to school on her own. And then I'll have a younger granddaughter to say goodbye to before I start my day, which means I might not get here till 9,
right?
As opposed to getting here at 8 every day. So, all right, that is it for the program today. Enough of this personal stuff. Let's get ready for what's ahead, and that is tomorrow. We'll begin with a 10 o'clock show with our special edition with Logan Elm Schools, and then back with our daily show at 11 o'clock right here with another edition of Litter Media Live. Thanks for watching.